Yeah, Jack, are you frozen?
Sam, are you there?
Yeah, Jack, are you frozen?
Sam, are you there?
Yeah, Jack, are you frozen?
Sam, are you there?
What are we even doing here?
Yo, Wi-Fi flying, but they holding it down. How about them J-era Maz ballers running Beantown? They say these guys are ridiculous, yet probably true. Like the 23 Celtics, they got a deep crew. Pregame Paul and Papa trying to make some bank. Professor Pete repping Latvia, KP the thank. RJ's on the email taking fools to college. Joey, Matt, Timo, Robin, let's acknowledge. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? In the garden, fighting for a quiet spot. Jack's taking notes while the crowd gets hot. Irate, insightful, not a diplomat. Sam's got a long list and it's just for rats. Rat list your Wi-Fi, rat list your dog. Rat list Bronny, rat list LeBron. Rat list the traffic, rat list the song. Rat list that's getting too long. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? Might think they're chill, but don't get it twisted. They're not just hustling, they're highly gifted. Still new to the scene and making their mark. It's a humble beginning, it's a hero's arc. Sam's keeping it real with the Starkey vibe, but he's all in with Jack when it's time to ride. Yo, ass hat in the chat, Jack says don't come back. He's got zero patience for nonsense attacks. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here?
Hey, happy Friday, happy Jimmy Day. What are we even doing here is right. Jimmy he doesn't want to be around anymore. Clearly.
Hello, welcome. Has Joe ever laughed before? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But
oh yeah,
it is certainly rare.
Spider God, go listen to him after us. Go listen to him on Pardon My Take. It's lovely.
Hello, welcome in. Happy Jimmy Day, as Sam said. Happy Celtics Rockets Day. KP is back, as the screen so aptly says. Also, remember Donut Lover yesterday when you got mad at him about the Cade comment?
Yes.
Just didn't realize that was my roommate, Brian. Didn't realize it was just him being.
I can respect his love of donut.
Yes. Jimmy B. The Warriors, most likely. I'm writing an article for Houdini right now. Called basically like ranking a Jimmy trade for every single team based on likely to most likely, or unlikely to most likely, whatever. You get the shtick. And I am about halfway through right now. I just started dipping into the Western Conference because I was just going in order of the teams being listed on Spot Track so I can test the trades. And yeah, we're getting into it. It's very interesting to see what the best offer every team could give up is.
Well, you know, it's funny. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, Jack, but he has green hair.
Yes.
So obviously he's going to come play for the Celtics.
There's only one way the Celtics could trade for Jaylen Brown, and it would be to give up, or Jimmy Butler, it would be to give up Jaylen Brown. That is the only legal way.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, don't think they're going to do that. So far, there's literally only one team that cannot trade for Jimmy Butler. It is literally illegal, and there's no way around it because they don't have a player on the roster who makes more than Jimmy, and they are a second apron team. Would you like to guess?
Is it Milwaukee?
Yes, it is Milwaukee. Good job. Hey, Dad.
They can't trade. Dame doesn't make more than Jimmy. Not this year. I guess next year he would. Well,
nope.
Obviously, Jimmy's a free agent. So
yeah, he does not make more than Jimmy. He makes about $100,000 less, $50,000.
Really?
So it is. Let me check the actual math. But it is like comically close, but they cannot do it. Yeah. So Jimmy Butler makes $48,798. Dame makes $48,787. So he makes about, what is that? Let me put it into Spot Track so I can see. He makes $11,000 less than Jimmy Butler, and so every trade is illegal. Yeah,
it would be really funny if Dame ended up on the Heat after all. They just don't have Jimmy this time. Too bad.
Yeah, right.
Send Jimmy to Shanghai. To be honest with you, Riz, it feels like he kind of deserves that. Like
what? Why?
What do you mean? Why are you not
Why does he
watching this
deserve
all
it?
happen? He's being a prick. You know how I get every time a player acts like
this.
Yeah,
we just disagree. I always forget. It's because they won't give him an extension, and so he's mad.
That is something I do understand. In fairness to Jimmy, like I'm sticking to my guns on it, but like I do kind of understand. Like he's pissed that they won't pay him, and he wants to move on to somewhere where they will pay him. I still don't think I believe that this all is worth the trouble for him. Like I honestly think.
I think this is two assholes butting heads, and that is literally all it is. True. That is just it. That is it. And so I'm not going to blame either one.
Like this season, the way it has gone for Miami doesn't feel much different than any of the recent seasons they've had, where they're like kind of hanging around the plane, and the playoffs come around, and they're still scary.
I just don't think it's anything to do with that. I think it is literally pay me. I've done a lot for your franchise. The fact he won't pay me is bullshit. And so I'm going to be an asshole because I'm Jimmy Butler. And Pat Riley's like, well, I'm going to be an asshole because I'm Pat Riley. And then that's it. My dad, JB, who's not playing, so erase that. JT 25, Derrick White 3 threes, JT 4 threes, JT 8 rebounds, Celtics first half full time.
All straight bet. Let's go. Mr. Simone loves money.
As well. Yeah, he did the parlay and then all straight bets as well. I will say so I have, like I said, I haven't gotten to the most of the Western Conference yet, but there are certainly some interesting deals among the ones I've explored for both sides. Like, I don't know if the Hawks would want to do anything spectacular, but they could trade DeAndre Hunter, Zachary Risache, and then Larry Nance's contract plus picks to get Jimmy Butler, which I know maybe you don't want to give him Risache early, but that would create Trae Young, Jimmy Butler, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Onyeka Okongwu. That's not bad. That's at least a little bit more interesting than they are right now. I don't think they would do it because I don't think they would want to change anything right now with their young core, but that's an interesting one. Another interesting one for both sides would be, where is it? The Nuggets. They would have to get a third team involved. I use the Pistons for all my third team deals because they have flexibility. They would send SRH to the Pistons at
the deadline,
whatever second round, whatever compensation, etc. Heat get Michael Porter Jr., Julian Strawther, and Zeke Naji, and a second round pick. Nuggets get Jimmy Butler. I don't hate that for either team. Feels like the Heat would probably want a bit more value, but there's that. What about the Bulls? They could manage to do something for Levine. Use Butler as an expiring contract, even move him somewhere and get more for him. I don't know if they would really want to dip their toes into that. I feel like they just want to get off big contracts in general and start losing more than anything. How's JB to score? My dad made this earlier today, John. I haven't gotten to Lakers one. I do know it'd be possible. Honestly, they might have an okay trade package purely because those picks are probably going to be pretty good in a few years and the Heat might want them. But there is that. I hate him so much. I hope the guys don't even acknowledge him. They will, but it is what it is.
From Tom Haberstroh, a 7-game suspension takes Jimmy Butler right up to the 65-game eligibility threshold, meaning if he misses another game after the suspension, he is disqualified from all awards. All-time petty move by Miami to be like 7 games. Here you go.
Yeah, I don't think he would get any awards anyways, but yeah.
Let's see. Team up with Cameron Brink on the Sparks.
I'm trying to think if there's any other interesting trades that I cooked up. The Warriors one's good, but we kind of knew that. Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton, Kevon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, and a first for Jimmy and Josh Richardson's salary, even it out. I think that's fine for both sides. The Rockets one's pretty good. I know Jabari Smith Jr. just got hurt, so maybe you change that for the Thompson twin or just say we like Jabari Smith regardless if he's hurt or not. But you could do Steven Adams, Reed Shepard, Jabari Smith, and then filler salary. I just use Jayson Tatum and a first. I think that's pretty good for both teams. Rockets keep VanVleet, Brooks, Jalen Green, Sengun, Tari Eason, and the Thompson twin. And then the Heat get Reed Shepard and Jabari Smith plus the future first for Jimmy Butler. Really not that bad, but we'll see. And then, yeah, the Clippers one's whack. But
I think if Jimmy gets traded, it's going to be to a desperate team. Like Golden State makes sense. Sorry. I don't think a team like Houston or a team like Atlanta really is going to want to do it. I think they feel confident in the
I
thing
think
that they have
Houston
going,
would.
and they don't really want to throw a wrench into it by taking in a big contract from a
I
guy
think
that's
Houston.
causing a stink because he isn't getting paid. So you're going to have to pay him a lot of money.
See, that
forward.
thing, I get that to a degree, but I don't think Jimmy Butler's like, when I think of that type of thing, I think of a Ben Simmons. Like, that is a problem. Jimmy Butler is very much like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like through his entire career. If you do well by Jimmy, Jimmy does well by you. But if you don't do well by Jimmy, then it's like, all right, well, he's gonna let you know about it. And I think that's fair for any player to act that way, realistically, because like teams can do whatever the fuck they want without any repercussions. So I think players at least deserve that little bit of, yeah, if you treat me like shit, I'm gonna treat you like shit to a degree. But I think he'd be a phenomenal fit in Houston. I think you add Jimmy to that Rockets team, they could really, really, really make some noise in the West.
I think of all the trades, that one makes the most sense where both sides are getting something worthwhile. It's just, again, a question of, does Houston really want to take pieces out of their core, which they can afford to do? They have so many guys. They almost have a surplus of young guys.
The trade that I put up doesn't really take away from their core too much because Reed Shepard's not really in the rotation right now. Jabari Smith would be taking away from their core. So, but any team that trades for Jimmy Butler is going to have to give up at least one piece of their core. But then Steven Adams doesn't play a ton. Jayson Tatum doesn't play a ton. But Reed Shepard and Jabari Smith could grow in Miami. Plus, you get a future first. And then, you, like I said, you still keep Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, Alperen Sengun, and then you add Jimmy Butler to that rotation. I think you're all right. But yeah. This doesn't work straight up. They'd have to get a third team involved. But yes.
I think that going forward, having Jimmy on whatever contract he's going to get is going to make it difficult to build a winning team. So a team like Houston does make sense because their players, meaning the guys that are going to fill the salary cap, are going to come from within with bird rights where you can afford to pay them, and then CBAs are going to restrict you on that.
This is why I like the Spurs. I haven't gotten there yet.
The Spurs are one too. The funny thing about all of this is that he's just going to end up going to the Western Conference, and there's going to be more discourse of how the East is so weak and all of that.
Yeah, there's not really any good deals in the East. I finished the East, and the best deal I found in the Eastern Conference was, God, I'm just looking at them now. The Pistons, honestly, is probably the best one, and I don't think that makes no sense.
Somebody wrote Jimmy saw them hang a banner for a guy to be on the third string C on a national team, and I don't blame him for wanting to distance himself from that participation trophy JV mindset in a franchise.
Hello, Irene. I don't know. It's giving content, so that's the main thing for me. It's fine with me. I'm a fan.
Yeah. This has been great content for the last month and a half of like, oh, what's going to happen here? And if you go back and you kind of listen to the NBA section of our pods, like you can almost put Hall of the Mountain King over it. And it's just every week, it's like kind of getting a little bit worse. It's like, oh, they're not going to reach a contract extension. Oh, the Warriors have interest in trading for Jimmy. Oh, the Heat insist that they're not going to trade Jimmy. Shams is going back and forth with Jimmy's agent about whether or not he actually wants to be traded.
I think that
we have this.
The most bullshit thing. Everyone was like, fuck Sham. Sham was wrong. Like, what piece of shit?
Yeah,
and it's like,
I don't know if I think I leaned against Shams, but for other reasons.
You just don't like Shams, which is fine. But
I think
Shams was correct. And
I've just never seen an agent come out like that before and be like, hey, this is fake. When it's the kind of thing that usually like an agent would want to push out.
Mm-hmm.
But big win for Shams. Like he was tweeting about it like as a Rip Bozo kind of situation.
Yeah, he was right. He was absolutely
At the end of the day, in chat, chime in on this because some of you are like more mature or more adults than the two of us. Let's say Jack isn't mature. But I don't know why Jimmy's agent would even want to make it seem like there wasn't a trade request if they wanted him to be traded. It's clear that he wanted to be traded the whole time.
I wonder if it's probably a control thing. Like he probably just wanted to control the narrative, didn't want outside forces like deciding when and where they were going to put that information out. Probably didn't want Jimmy to get suspended by the Heat I just general like if you're an agent, you want to have control over everything, no matter what. And if he is not the one telling Shams this, he's probably just angry that he had a leak or someone leaked it to him.
Very true. Halftime and postgame on TNT was asked last night. Not really. Chuck went into JJ. It's actually the most I've heard about anything on TNT this year. Chuck absolutely ripped JJ Redick because JJ Redick had this long answer to a question about the ratings, I think a couple of weeks ago. I remember watching the clip. It was like 5 minutes. And supposedly he kind of took a shot at them, like not even just them, but people who are on the desks of these major networks and they're talking about the game being boring. And
That's
they're
what
the ones
they
feeding
did
the
the whole
content
night.
to the viewers. And
That's what TNT did all night.
Chuck literally did that in the rant. He was like, "Yeah, they're shooting 100 threes, JJ. Like, that's not my fault."
Yeah, I think that's RJ's point. I think the entire, from what I saw on Twitter and from what I heard from everybody, is the entire TNT time and post game show was the NBA sucks. This was the whole thing. They said this game sucks, the style sucks, the NBA sucks. Everyone sucks. And
I listened to it on the radio this third, fourth quarter. It sounded like it was pretty fun.
It's the whole thing of like, if the goal for a halftime show, like it should be talking about the game, and all they did the whole time was say this game sucks, which is like that was an objectively fun game. Like it was just
we kind of did that after the Raptors game.
That's different though. We're not complaining about the style or the state of the league. We're
the
saying
game was just boring.
They beat them by 54. Like
you can't use riveting and make me think it's serious. I think it was actually a close game. Like it sounded fun.
It was.
Yeah.
John, I don't think John's being sarcastic. They were just being annoying. Like, yeah, they were talking about how Sam Hauser shouldn't have taken threes. The Celtics are like, they're basically perpetuating what everyone on Twitter is saying that you hate of, oh my God, too many threes. This is why the NBA sucks. That's what they were doing like for the entire halftime and post game.
I liked him most in JJ.
I think if the NBA ever wants to be serious as a product, it needs to put, like, I get the entertainment part, but don't make that the halftime and postgame show. The halftime and postgame show should talk about the fucking game and analyze the game and break down the game, not talk about how shitty the game is. Like, I think that's super cringe.
Yeah. I think anybody presenting the game should not be trying to break it down. Like I'm like out of like a spiteful angle. Like there certainly is something there from these guys where they're like, this sucks. Andre,
I get this to a degree, Andre, but like if you are the NBA and you have broadcast partners, you want those partners to uplift the product. And there's a difference between being critical and just completely tearing something down. There is objectively just a difference. But yeah,
I think a lot is being made of all of this.
I just think it's lame. I also think Ant's lame. I think he's whack as fuck.
You've hated Ant for a while, Jack.
I think he's a losing player, man. He's a loser. I don't like Anthony Edwards. I think he's a piece of shit too. Those comments after the game are so fucking lame. And the people who think he's better than Tatum, who think he's top 10, it's so fucking stupid.
I just love when you get riled up about Ant. Did you see the tweet I sent in today just for you?
No.
To the round table? It was the guy, he posted he quote tweeted the Anthony Edwards interview and then posted a meme, someone's downfall happening, and then it's just somebody like sitting there watching it happen. And I was like, this is you.
Let me look. Sorry, I got a random DM from Hi Jack. I was dealing with the items left by my husband after his death. What I found were $2,800,000 in his wallet. If you help me, I'll give you some. You guys think I should do it?
Why don't we help them?
I know, right?
You asked if your friend Sam can get in on it too.
You said someone's downfall. Oh yeah, I don't like pray for Anthony Edwards' downfall. I just think people who root for him are like don't understand basketball.
And I think they're children. Ultimately, that's what it is. They're young people.
I think it's lame.
I mean, LaMelo is first in All-Star voting, Jack.
That's fucking crazy. I think that's so lame.
It's so funny. It's literally hilarious that LaMelo Ball, who is you want to talk about a losing player, look no further. The guy's getting
Yes.
taken out of games in crunch time because he doesn't defend. Is number one
Yeah.
in the Eastern Conference amongst guards.
It's
I think
crazy.
he's been injured. When's the last time he's even played? Let's see. He last played December 26th. He has missed the last 3 games. He's not playing tonight against the Pistons. This makes it 4 out of 6 that he's missed, and then it makes it 6 out of 10 that he has missed.
Hello, Matthew. Hello, Philip. Yeah, I don't think Ant's a winning player, and I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to be a winning player either. Everyone compares Jayson Tatum to Carmelo Anthony. Take a look down the other end of the country there. That's really mellow. Imagine saying, like, what do you think of this style? He goes, I hate it. I want to score. Is it hard to pass the ball? It's so hard. Shut the fuck up.
Like, you guys almost beat the Celtics. Like, what do you want?
He's such a loser, man. And I think it's so funny that he spent like a segment of Netflix's like starting 5 and was like, I hate Tatum. I can't believe people think he's good. And now he's 1-8 against Tatum and talking shit because he doesn't want to play the right brand of basketball that Tatum has tried to do his entire career. Imagine being that unself-aware.
I think he might learn someday. I don't know. These NBA guys are a different breed, though. They don't always mature. They just have been the best dude their whole life, and they've never been told no.
When Tatum was Ant's age,
has never been told no.
When Tatum was Ant's age, he made the finals. So
that's the 2022 season, yeah.
To be fair, he's 23. Tatum wasn't like this at 23. I don't think LeBron was like this at 23.
I think he's being sarcastic because Ant and the thing was like, I'm 23. I don't want to have to pass the ball.
Oh, I see. No, I think he's being serious.
It is funny that Ant dropped his age in the rant, by the way. It's just like, yeah, 23 years old. What do you want out of me?
Tatum has matured, but Tatum was never this immature. Never. Neither was LeBron. Neither was countless superstars around the league. Like, no way. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball are the same mentality, and it is not winning basketball.
Tatum's. Oh, Anthony Edwards is also a dad, Jonathan. If you didn't see the starting 5, he was thrilled to get to go see his baby be born. Philip's here to run alongside you, Jack. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say that again.
Philip is here to run alongside you.
Yeah, 100%. This is what people are mad at about TNT. Like this is brain dead. Watch this. Ready?
I'm coming off Chris Upstoff.
Okay. One of them, they're the NBA champs. They have better shooters. So I will say that they could take more. They have much better shooters, especially when Brown and Porzingis freeze it. You have Rudy Gobert running at you. This is a driving lane.
Are you fucking brain dead? This is brain dead. You have a driving lane. This is a wide open 3-point shot for one of the best shooters in the league last year. And you're saying drive into Rudy Gobert and the oncoming traffic of Julius Randle, who's standing in the paint. This is a word that I don't want to say on here. That's so fucking stupid. It is brain rot.
Jack fired up. I love it. I love this
stupid,
from you,
man.
Jack.
It's an embarrassing product they put on there. I get it for entertainment value, but then don't make it the fucking halftime show. Make it only post-game, or make it the late night show, or make some fucking talk show. Don't have them analyze the game because that's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. It's so stupid, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, in fairness to Kenny, Jack, Julius Randle is not the most fierce help defender.
It's a wide open 3. My dumbass didn't play a second of basketball in high school. And these fucking morons who play in the NBA can't recognize that this is a good shot because they can't get their own heads out of their own asses to realize that the game has changed. Grow up. It's so dumb, man. Holy shit. Put fucking Nekias Duncan on there. Put Tim Legler. Find someone like smarter to talk about basketball at this point.
They're not meant to be smart, though. They're meant to be entertaining.
Thank you. That is the fucking problem. Then don't make them the halftime show. Put them as their own show on every day that is not supposed to be analyzing the game, because you just made my point for me, because what the clip we just watched is not what you just said. That is them trying to be something that they're not, and you just admitted
Well,
it.
that is right, but they are largely. And listen, I'm not gonna like spin this on you, but there were a lot of people last year that were like devastated when the news. Oh man, these guys are so iconic.
I love them. I love
Yeah.
it. It's a thoroughly entertaining show, but it does not do
You
what
think
they
it
should
should be
want it to do.
produced differently?
They put it at a different time. Don't have them analyze the game. Make it a daily show, not the halftime and postgame show. And all the people who agree with what they were saying last night are the same people who voted for LaMelo Ball and think Anthony Edwards is the best player in the NBA. Morons.
I actually disagree. I don't know if the same people that voted for LaMelo agree with them. I think the people that voted for LaMelo are children. He releases really colorful sneakers.
It's just
and
so
he
stupid,
hangs out with
man.
Mr. Beast.
It's so dumb. Candace Parker's great on that show, right? They have guys who are great on that show because they understand that the game is not in 1990 anymore. It's not these guys. They're great for what they are, but what they are is not what the NBA should want in those spots and not what they try to do.
This is fantastic.
Fuck's sake. I mean, I know it's entertainment, but we're putting on a halftime show where a literal segment of the show is, does Chuck know where these players play basketball? What the fuck? Like, can we have a little self-awareness? Oh my God. It's so fucking bad.
But I feel like, I don't know. I think Kenny has a somewhat of a point, but not if you're talking about Sam Hauser.
Then there's no point.
I think there's an option. You have the option. Like, let's say it's let's say like Jaden Springer is catching a three in the corner like this, and he has the opportunity to drive baseline. Like maybe because of who has the shot, it becomes a different situation. Like kind of what Joe Mazzulla talks about with like the process of getting shots that are good shots. I'm not trolling him.
So do you think Kenny is looking at through a parallel universe lens where he thinks that someone else and he has
No, I said he's
body
wrong
dysmorphism?
He's definitely wrong because it's Sam Hauser. But I think there are situations where you're like, oh, maybe try it.
This isn't one of them.
It's a situation where you have to make the read based on whoever the player is.
You're right.
Kenny is wrong.
Kenny, yeah, exactly. Point blank. I don't think there's anything else to say. The players involved in this play, one of them being Sam Hauser, who was one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and maybe he doesn't.
I know who he is. That's a good point.
That's another problem. It's so dumb. Anthony Edwards is not the face of the NBA, and if he is, the NBA has a problem because he's a loser. He's such a loser.
I think your hate for Anthony Edwards is funny.
I think he's the most overrated player in the NBA. Him and LaMelo can handshake.
I just don't think you like his attitude.
I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he plays basketball, and I don't think he's a winning player. The Celtics' entire game plan last night was let's not let him score the ball and make him pass, and he threw a fucking hissy fit like he was a toddler after the game. Imagine.
There's no disputing that was bad. Completely agree with you,
man. Sure, Andre, I can get this a little bit. If JB was in that spot, maybe he pump fakes and tries under Rudy Gobert, 100%. But it's not. And that's not what Kenny was arguing. He is arguing that Sam Hauser should pump fake and drive a closeout when he has a wide open three, and that's fucking stupid.
In fairness, he does do that too. He's added that to his game.
Yeah, Ant's the fourth best, the eighth or whatever best athlete in the next 25 years too.
I was thinking about that article today.
A joke.
No Jeremiah Smith in that article is crazy. The Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was gross.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I see.
I hate him more than Jack. I like him.
Like I said, I love.
He's a fun heel.
I love what's it called? I love inside the NBA for what they are, but that's what they are is not what they're trying to be, and that's the problem. That's it. It's an issue, but
I think the reaction that he gets from people is fun.
Who?
I do not think that Anthony Edwards is a good guy, but I do think he is a good heel.
Sure. Yeah, no, I don't think Anthony Edwards is not a winning player, man. He's just not. Maybe he'll win a championship eventually because whatever, but I don't know. I'm not in right now. I don't think he has the mentality to be a winner in the NBA.
I think he showed a lot of good characteristics last year. Maybe there's an element of this where he's not happy with what the team did over the summer and he's acting out. I'm not even trying to defend him because last year, like he actually did show like good leadership qualities. Like he was getting Cat to really buy in and play well. And he was like almost motivating the guy. And now he's all of a sudden don't want to pass the ball, man. Like, I think as a competitor last year, he was good.
Anthony Edwards
It's
was
just
asked,
different.
"Are you willing to do what it takes to win basketball games?" And he said, "I want to score the ball."
Correct.
I'm out.
Like,
I don't
something
care.
has
I don't care
changed.
what he showed. I don't care what he showed last year. I don't care what he is. I said it last year. I'll just keep saying it. I don't think he's a winning basketball player. Who's starting for the Rockets? Let me look. I wonder if Grandy tweeted it.
Grandy tweeted it.
I assume it's VanVleet, Brooks,
No Jabari Smith because he broke his hand at
Tari
shooting.
Eason, Green, and Sengun. Yes, but Jeff Green instead of Tari Eason.
Jeff Green, man, still kicking. How much money is he making?
Really Green, $8 million.
Ooh, he makes a lot of money. Well, he doesn't make a lot of money, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yes.
didn't think he was making that much money.
Would I rather have Levine or Ant? Let's not get crazy here. Ant's still a fine scorer, but I don't think like Levine, we all know isn't the one. I don't think Ant can be the one. I don't know if Levine can be the two. I'll put it that way. Ant could be the two.
I mean, we were all afraid of the Timberwolves last spring. I mean, there was a lot of hype behind them being pumped into the Timberwolves, but when the conference finals rolled around, we were like, man, I would really. Well, actually, I don't think that's true because when they beat Denver, we were all like, Celtics are looking pretty good right now.
I don't know, man. I have not a problem. I agree with some of the criticisms about whose game is played nowadays. It's being a less physical, competitive game and too offensive bias, and plenty of guys just taking days off. I get it, I guess. I think a lot of people's complaints about the defense stems from something that they're not understanding. And I'm not saying this is you, Andre. I think a lot of people are complaining about the defense when in reality, it's just players have gotten better offensively. And so playing as good of defense is just difficult. You look at some of these games, like back in whatever days, it's probably the same level of defense. Guys just suck. And so they're not making shots. Like people are so focused on the result rather than the actual stuff being played. But how many greens to the Rockets have? Just two, I think. Jeff and Jalen.
How?
But they're both
Are
starting.
there? Is every Green not named Draymond in the NBA someone with a J first name?
Probably.
Even Michael Green, former
NBA player. Yes, Josh Green. Yeah, Javonte Green. Yeah, AJ Green.
And there's a J in there. Call him Junior.
Anyways, we can get on out of here. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Tap back in here tomorrow for the recap at 5 a.m. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you. Goodbye.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your